Hello, and thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to attend a quick demo of MySpanishLab. I want to begin with the Today's view because it's the first thing you and your students will see every time you sign into MySpanishLab. And once you've created your course, the Today's view is very simple to use and it will save you and your students tons of time looking for the pertinent information you need. So the notifications box is where you can go to quickly and easily view alerts, action items, and student performance. All of these items are within an eye's view once you've logged in. Under the alerts, you will find any idle students who haven't logged in at least a week, and if you click on that, it will actually allow you to send each one of them a message regarding their inactivity. You can also see past due assignments that have been submitted. And again, you can quickly message those particular delinquent students as well. And then lastly, you can see assignments that were submitted but students didn't pass. The action items just below this will allow you to easily access how students are performing and be alerted if you need to take action such as grade submissions. So the instructor grading will actually show you how many items that need to be manually graded, and you can actually access those and grade them directly from this link. Under the performance area, you're able to see a broad overview of how students are performing as a whole. So if you click on course performance, you can see an overall view of how students are performing in each area. You can even drill down into individual students' performances by clicking Student Performance. Student Performance will actually allow you to see how many activities they've submitted, how long it takes them to submit an activity for grading, and their overall grade. This is a quick way to get a macro and micro view of how your students are performing. Also on the Today's page is the assignments calendar. Students will be able to easily view items that are due throughout the month and any notes you post without confusion. Now, there's no reason a student should forget about an assignment due date because they will be reminded on their calendar every time they're signed in. So speaking of assignments, let's move on to course materials. By clicking the course materials tab at the top, you can see all content available and also the instructor resources. The instructor resources are actually just for your eyes only, so in the student view, they will not be able to see these. This area is organized by chapter folders, which coordinates directly with your textbook. The course materials will allow you to create or upload your own content and/or add folders by clicking the appropriate corresponding buttons at the top. So you can add course materials or add a folder and then add course materials to that. So if we click in a chapter and pull up an assignment, the students will actually have a plethora of resources available to them as they work their way through. So there will be tutorials, a user guide, glossary, and a verb chart, and also a need help with this activity button, which actually corresponds directly to the activity that they're on. So it may send them back to the e-text or actually a vocabulary tutorial. So this is all easy to find information to help them along with the assignment. Any auto-graded assignments will give them the answers immediately. So let's go through and complete a few things. And see how we do and look at the auto-graded feedback. So this will actually tell us what we got wrong and what we got right. In this case, we didn't get anything correct. But this will give you an idea of the type of feedback they get. So students are then allowed to actually return and resubmit for a new grade and attempt the activity again, and each submission is saved. Now let's move on to how you can actually assign all this great content. By clicking the Assignment Calendar tab at the top, you can open a folder to view the assignments. So let's click on Chapter 1 and go into the Student Activities Manual. And you can actually view all the content available before assigning it. So anything you see with a pencil is an instructor graded assignment, and anything you see with the film strip icon indicates there's multimedia with it. This takes the guesswork out of finding exactly what you need. So to assign the content, you simply click, drag, and drop it to the calendar. A clock will appear immediately on the calendar notifying students that an assignment is due and when it is due. So once an auto-graded assignment has been completed, you'll be able to view it in your gradebook. The gradebook, which we'll scroll and go to that, is fully customizable and also organized by chapter, just like the course materials area. You also have the ability to create your own columns for any new course content you've added, allowing you to use MySpanishLab as your one and only gradebook if desired. If not, you can actually export all the grades out into another gradebook. So lastly, let's not forget about the e-text. I know you've seen many e-text, however, ours is fully integrated. So students have the ability within the ebook, once we have it loaded, to quickly add notes, highlight the text, bookmark pages, and much more with just a click of the button. And one of the greatest features in the book is any vocabulary available will actually allow them to practice on their own, so they can practice the pronunciation.
La casa. El dormitorio. El techo.
So this allows them to hear the pronunciation of it and practice on their own with a recording feature so they can listen to themselves afterwards. Now I know we've went through a lot of features with MySpanishLab today, but one of the best things about MySpanishLab is that it's completely customizable. Any default settings you wish to change, you could actually click on the Preferences button in the upper right hand corner and make those necessary changes there. Well, thank you for taking a look at MySpanishLab. I hope you found the walkthrough very useful and are now ready to get started with a better learning experience for you and your students. Thank you.